Danful offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danful, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danful, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danful, Africa. To learn more, visit danful.africa.
Peace, fam. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button. Again, you guys know the drill. Please hit that like button. Make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. I hope Kyla calls in. Shout out to Kimmy. Hey, Kimmy, how are you? How you doing, Kimmy? Cabo, Kimmy. So, guys, hit the like button. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. All that good stuff. Because Liberia took the bag. Well, we're going to find out. But before we do that, guys, I need everybody who is watching this. Again, if you are watching this, please go to buy the documentary. Here, Babaliko. Shout out to Babaliko. I'm not surprised Liberia, and that's where Elvis is from. He would have done the same thing. They can say on to America. I guess I don't know Babaliko. But yeah, shout out to Babaliko for the $5 holla. And maybe Elvis will call in, or even Kyla will call in, because this is yeah. But guys, before we get to Kyla and Elvis, I need you, if you're watching this, if you have not bought my documentary yet, In Search of Uhuru, again, if you have not bought my documentary yet, In Search of Uhuru, please go to documentary.searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. Again, please go to documentary. Hey, Jackie. Documentary.searchforuhuru.com and buy the. I put that's the wrong one. Go to documentary.searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary, you guys. Again, buy the documentary. I would greatly appreciate it. Again, I will greatly appreciate it. Go to documentary.searchforuhuru.com and buy the documentary. Also, next month, we are rolling to Zanzibar. We are also rolling to Kenya. And then in November, we're doing Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Sierra Leone. And in January, we're doing Benin Republic. Shout out to Babaliko for the $10 holla. Liberia can't say no to America. That's Elvis Peoples. We must stop this nonsense. Liberia can't even take care of the people well, but they are taking criminals. Understood. Understood. So if you want to go on an excursion with us to Africa, please visit donfo.africa. Again, please visit donfo.africa To learn more, come and join us. We're gonna have a great time on the continent. So yeah, come and join us. Without further ado, you can get deported back to Liberia. So Liberia is taking, I think, up to 1,200. It's just like, where are they gonna stay? Like, so if you get deported to Liberia, like, where do you go? Where do you stay? Because like these prisons are in these prisons overseas are the worst. But here we go. DW News. Fair use.
Liberia has said it will receive up to 1,200 foreign nationals deported from the US. The deportees will include Africans as well as people from South America and the Caribbean. This is one of the largest transfers of people to a third country since the Trump administration began carrying out mass deportations. Now, as part of an unprecedented crackdown on immigration, the US government has been ending protection status given to refugees and asylum seekers, as well as immigrants, paving the way for people to be removed from the US. Now, in order to carry out the deportations, the US has signed bilateral agreements with a number of third countries. Now, the details of the deals have generally not been made public, but it is reported the Trump administration has coerced these countries with threats of visa bans, tariffs and other trade restrictions, and cuts to aid and funding for health and other key sectors. Now, 14 African countries have signed these deals. They include Burundi, Cameroon, Cape Verde, the Central African Republic, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eswatini, Ghana, Liberia, Libya, Rwanda, Sierra Leone, South Sudan, and Uganda. In a moment, I'll be talking to a litigator working on behalf of some of the deportees. But first, this report from DW correspondent Blaise Eyong in Cameroon. He met asylum seekers deported from the US who told him about the ordeal they experienced.
These three women are members of Ghana's LGBTQ plus community who fled persecution in their homeland and arrived in the US in 2024. Immigration took them into custody, and they were granted legal protection that prevented US authorities from sending them back to Ghana. Instead, they were deported to Cameroon this January. Zainab, not her real name, recounts how she was put on a plane, shackled and in chains.
You couldn't move, and it felt like we had committed some kind of crime, like example terrorism, and I felt like a terrorist because I mean, what on earth did I do to be shackled like that? Both hands and feet. I can't even move.
Collins in the house, y'all.
I just came to the United States for safety. I didn't expect that at all.
Zainab is among 36 migrants who've been deported from the US to Cameroon as part of Trump's controversial third country deportation agreement so far. None of
So I think so the question would be, okay, you're a member of the LGBTQ alphabet community. You could go to South Africa, you could go to Namibia. Um, I wonder what other countries. I think Ivory Coast. It might be legal in Ivory Coast, maybe. But I want to say it's legal in Namibia. I know for sure South Africa. And there are a couple other countries. Not Zambia. Zambia one? Maybe Botswana. But why come all the way? And again, it's your decision, it's your choice, you know. But why come all the way to America when there's like closer options? If that makes sense. And again, that's it's your right to come to America. You come the right way. Hey, that's your right. But now, are we are you more of an economic immigrant, or are you using LGBTQ as a way to get in? Because I mean, coming all the way to America just to get deported to Cameroon, when I mean you could have went to Namibia or South. Well, let's count out South Africa because of the xenophobia. But Namibia is a nice country. Infrastructure is great in Namibia, very clean, affordable. Like with circumstances like this, I think Namibia would have been a better choice if you ask me. But let's continue.
Them have any ties to Cameroon.
We are not criminals. We entered America for us to be safe. If you were safe in our country, we don't believe you'll go to America to go and seek asylum. And this is so heartbreaking because you can't treat human beings like this. We are treated like we are slaves. We don't have life anymore. And Cameroon is not a safe country.
For these migrants, they cannot return to their home countries because they fear for their lives. Here in Cameroon, they are also not welcome. Faced with this dilemma, many simply do not know what to do.
If you hate applying to jobs, this is going to change your life. It's called Perplexity Computer. You connect your Gmail, upload your resume.
For the first 2 months, the deportees were detained in a government compound in Cameroon's capital, Yaoundé. They were only allowed out after they went on a hunger strike. Even now, though they can go out, they have to be back by sundown. They are not allowed to work, and their asylum request has not yet been approved. Fru Joseph is their lawyer.
You cannot send somebody to harm that they're fleeing from. And so that's the concern with this special group of people, because they're not only vulnerable, they are doubly victimized because they're running away from a country that has persecuted them, and then now they're being sent to a country they do not know that still has the possibility of persecuting them. That makes it even doubly dangerous.
We'll give the heroes.
Since President Donald Trump returned to the White House, his administration has deported thousands of migrants. The details of the agreement between Cameroon and the US remain secret. But according to a New York Times investigation, Washington withheld a $30 million payment to the UN Refugee Agency in Cameroon, only releasing it after the country agreed to accept deportees. Evis Ngolengole is a member of Cameroon's ruling party and a former minister.
As friends and as good partners, if America has the need to deport some that it seeks to deport and wants to pass through Cameroonian territory, in a relationship of partnership of mutual respect, Cameroon has no reason to say, no, my borders are closed. No, because the relationship between the two countries is based on the principles of open borders, no frontier.
As night falls in Yaoundé, these deportees are once again about to spend another night full of uncertainty.
I'd absolutely have no one to rely on in this country. It's very terrifying.
With countries like Cameroon willing to take in deportees from the US, more people are expected to find themselves stuck in a land they never wanted to be in.
Now, in an update to the story, Cameroon is now seeking to send Zainab and the other deportees back to their countries of origin. Lawyers representing them have started legal proceedings to stop the Cameroonian government from repatriating them to their home countries, where they say their lives are in danger. But now, for more on the deportation agreements the US has struck with countries in Africa, we've invited Beatrice Njeri from the Global Strategic Litigation Council. This is an international NGO that specializes in refugee and migrant rights. Welcome to DW News Africa, Beatrice. So, as we're hearing, Cameroon now wants to send the deportees from the US back to their countries of origin. What do the agreements signed with the US say about whether or not countries like Cameroon have to keep the deportees that they've accepted from the US?
Okay, I'd like to begin by saying that most of the agreements we have had access to in their short forms are very vague in the responsibilities of the receiving countries, and we do not have full access of the agreements. These agreements are also kept very secret from public eye, and therefore we do not know what commitments the receiving countries have made to the US with regards to retaining or sending the people received onwards.
Understood. Now, your organization has made an intervention in Equatorial Guinea. Can you tell us about that case and the avenues that you are pursuing?
In June, we filed a case against the state of Equatorial Guinea at the African Commission. This is because we felt we had the lawyers in Equatorial Guinea, together with the other co-counsel organizations that we're collaborating with.
Chat room.
We felt that we had the
link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you are more than welcome to do so. Again, link is in the chat room if you want to call in and, talk about and add to what we're discussing. You're more than welcome to. And also, guys, make sure you hit that like button, okay? Again, please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Go ahead, Colin.
Am I on?
You on?
Okay. Yeah, man, I'm gonna do a show about this tonight, my dang self, when on my show. But I tell people all the time that that Liberia, if you look at the history of Liberia, it's always been from the get-go a dumping ground for refugees, expats. Like, you got two cultures in Liberia. One is a dumping ground for people from the diaspora, for the most part, Congolese, recaptured slaves, African Americans, Caribbeans, and South Americans, and UK Black Brits, whatever like that. All people from Sierra Leone all settled there and created a new cosmopolitan Black culture, which was sort of Pan-Africanist in nature and stuff like that. The point I'm gonna ask is if that was because they were letting Black people in. At the time, that's what Liberia was, a haven for Black people. Now, this changes things now. If you're saying they're going to accept everybody from the United States, that's going to complicate things. I'm not saying racism like that, but they really got to consider who they're letting in their country. You're going to let in people that freaking can't assimilate into a Black society and stuff like that. That's a problem. That's the only problem I have, and this could be a bigger thing where they're probably looking to Liberia as a place, to, when they say they're trying to get rid of criminals, is deport them out of America. I bet you they'll open the door for the next generation, maybe not Trump, but somewhere down the road, it's going to be, if you get used to seeing this, you're going to start seeing a lot of Black people who are Black Americans, whatever like that, be relocated to the African continent. This is just a start, I know that's on their mind. Now, we got to get some of these Black people that can't assimilate into American society, that are dangerous, that are in the prison, in and out on that. It's like an Alcatraz. Think about it. That was the whole idea of Alcatraz. Pull criminals away from society. Now, Africa could be the new Alcatraz. If they're going to put the money up, something like that. The only thing that stopping them is the fact that you got these liberal judges who are saying that you cannot take a prisoner, a U.S. prisoner off American soil. But what if the soil is purchased by it's U.S. government property over there, like the embassy? Is that American soil? See, these are things they're talking about. I know. So if America in the future could be building prisons on the African continent. That's what basically we're looking at. But as far as like Liberia taking the goodwill of taking people in, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If the people could eventually assimilate into a Liberian society or something like that, and they're giving money and startup money, and the government, the United States government, give money for their children for education and healthcare, I think that could be a net positive. That's just my opinion.
All right, go ahead, Babaliko.
Yeah, Don, is that guy who was just talking there, that black guy, he was in a shirt and tie, he's the damn black devil. You really gonna sit down there with your suit talking about we working with Trump diplomat? No. You get paid to bring all those criminals into your country. You get paid, you sit down there, and people
Hold up. You know, we can have a conversation, but we don't have to.
No. Listen.
Hold on. You know, I understand you're African. I'm
not African.
What the hell you are? You're not civilized. So calm down for a second, right? Hold on.
Let me speak. Let me finish my thought, because we have black devils in our community. It's a fact. The guy is the devil. He get money to bring all these criminals into Liberia, and Liberia cannot afford these criminals in their country.
How do you know that?
How I know that?
How do you know that?
Do you see some of the people that living in Liberia? Of course I know that.
Have you ever been to Liberia?
Of course I know that. No, I got friends there.
Hey, Kyle, let him talk, Kyle. Let him talk.
No, it's a fact. You go into these countries and he's dropping these criminals. It's the same thing he wanted to do in the AES countries, and they shut him down. They said, no, we're not going to do it. Rwanda is one of the countries that was taking them as well.
AES countries are war-torn.
Yeah, so he wanted to take them today, and they said no. Now, I don't understand why Trump is dumping them. What about Greece and Europe and all these friends, all these French and Britain and all these? What happened to all these? No, dump them in Africa. I have a friend from Trinidad. I think he was going to one of these countries, and his mother had to run. He just got deported, and his mother had to run and say, "Hey, he's from Trinidad."
Now, hold on. What was he doing in America then, illegally?
He was here. He got catch. He was selling drugs.
So it doesn't matter. So if he was here illegally, what happens to him is on him.
Yeah. What happened on him is on him. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with that.
If Trump
Hey, Kyle, we got to get to the panel, so let them talk.
Yeah, but I'm not disagreeing with that. So if you do wrong, send them back to their country of their origin.
We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that.
Kyle. We got to get to a panel. Let him finish.
Kyle, I don't know if you know. When you coming up here, you got to get visas, and you got to pay to the American embassy. You got to pay them directly to money to get visas and all these things to come America. So why are you sending them to other countries? They didn't get no visas and stuff to come to America.
If you came here and you got an expired visa,
no.
Doesn't really matter. It's on you.
You all think everybody come here illegally. He didn't come here illegally. He come here legal.
Oh, yeah, they're all
legal. They doing dumb stuff. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, Liberia, these countries are not developed. It's a fact. I don't know because I don't know. There's not a developed country.
Liberia use the manpower. Put the people to work.
What? Put the criminals to work?
Yeah.
No, man. Come on, man. Come on. If Liberia today get what the AES is going through, those terrorists, they fall. Liberia will fall. They don't have no military. They don't have no military like that to sustain their country. So Liberia don't need to take no criminals. Trump need to send these people back to the country of the origin. These things that he's doing is nonsense. Okay? You cannot be doing these things. You got to send people back to their country of the origin. You just send people all over the place. Now, these people is going to go there. You think they're going to be nice and we in Liberia, let's be... No, they're going to continue the criminal activities.
Let me ask you a question. When black people taken from America, did they ever send us back to our place of origin?
When black people do what?
When we were taken as slaves, listen to
me.
Did anybody try to get me back to my country of origin?
But that's different.
No, it's not different. So
that's different.
Well, so
No,
we'll
it's
go,
different.
we'll go,
Remember, hold on. Remember,
that crap,
you,
man.
you're in America as
You
slaves.
tell me where you go,
They
we
get.
tell you to go.
In America as slaves, you're getting free labor. They're getting the white man was getting free labor. Why would they send you back? Why would they send you?
Anybody give me money to go back to my original homeland in Africa? No.
No, but the white
So
man
the hell
wouldn't.
with anybody else. I don't have no sympathy for you.
But
You
the white
came
man
here
wouldn't do
illegally,
that.
get what
Why
you
would
want.
the white man slave you and send you back to the? All you have to do is slave you.
You asked the same white man to send you back to your country of origin.
Yeah, to the origin, not to Africa and these different countries. You just sending people to different countries.
No, you almost made me say it. You're talking out two sides of your mouth.
You cannot send. You have to send these people back to the country of the origin.
Black America never got any land to go back to their original. Or nobody ever researched that. So why the heck you should have to be privileged?
Being a slave, hold on. Being a slave and coming here on a free will is two different things.
It doesn't matter. So
There's two different things. Being a slave in shackles. Being a slave in shackles.
I got Kala. Let Baba Lika, you got 30 seconds. Kala, do not interrupt. I'm gonna give him an extra 30 seconds. I gotta pass him out to Africa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Send people back to the country of origin and do it the right way. People keep on talking about these liberals and the Republicans is just as bad as the liberals. It's no different between the Republicans and the liberals. They just pretend. They are bad just as the liberals. Trump is not going to do nothing for black people. He's not going to help and do anything. It's all a facade. He said he wasn't going to. He's going to stop all wars. It's nothing. It's been nothing but wars. Now he's sending people all over the country and people from where they're not even living. So it's bad. It's sad. And I close out there.
All right, go ahead, African American.
Peace, and I'll be brief. African Americans were called xenophobic when we said we didn't want any more illegal aliens in the U.S. Now these same illegal aliens are being shipped to foreign nations, and the same people that call African Americans xenophobic are crying about it. Really, this is their karma, and I relinquish the floor.
All right, go ahead, Kidola.
Dennis, thank you.
Yes.
Kara, you're not honest there, Kara. You see, I told you, if there's a second slave trade, Africa will be fully involved. Fully involved. If you think what happened in the past will not repeat himself again, but this white man coming to give some turkeys and koyank and all kind of stuff, this koyank, what is $30 million? What is $30 million? Somebody just put that money in his pocket, might be the head of state. I said, bring them in. How can Liberia handle South Americans, people that they don't even know, into a country?
Thank you.
How can they do that? Where's he going to put them? People don't speak their language. They don't even know their culture. They don't know the food. How are you going to receive them? Tell them, oh, you are welcome home. Welcome home for what? Send it back to where they're coming from originally. You see, I tell people, the white man will allow you to be in the space as long as you want you to be in the space.
Well, Kidola, they can't, because per the example that we saw, the girls were LGBTQ, and in Ghana they don't play that, so they can't go back to Ghana.
Look, I understand people leave. I understand. Yeah, when Ghana do accept this, we will criticize Ghana. So, oh, Ghana, why do you do this? When they deport at least Liberia woman or Sierra Leone woman, something like that, they just about bad faith. I understand that you can send people back. It's good if you don't want them in your country. But how many illegal white people are running around Africa doing bad things just for 30 million? We can't even question. Sorry, I don't know these people because you're scared for him not to sanction you. Africans will still participate in the same business. We're not honest. We're not honest. It's a shame. They can stand your ground and say, hey, no, I don't know these people. They can't fit into my society. This is a second slavery.
Thank you. Facts.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, go ahead, Elvis.
All right, thank you, Dennis. Hello to you, the panel, in the chat. Look, I mean, for all those, Republicans and, conservatives who voted for Trump. You should have nothing negative to say about this. You supported Trump. You knew he was going to be harsh to immigrants, and that's what he's doing now. The issue with Liberia is that, like Dinus was trying to allude to, most of these guys can't go back to their countries of origins because one, some of them were seeking amnesty because of political persecution or sexual persecution, like what we saw with the ladies in the, in the video because of their orientation. So some of these guys, their countries refused to accept them back, or they themselves stated that they were in fear of their lives if they were to be sent back to their home countries. They had other countries that they would like to have gone to, like Costa Rica, other Spanish-speaking country. But Trump, being Trump and wanting to be cruel to these people, he wanted to send them to the shithole countries, as he said previously, to even to punish them further. So this is what you guys voted for. This is the cruelty that you wanted, and this is what he's doing to these people. You don't speak the language. You have nothing in common with these people, but he's going to send you there to add insult to your injury.
Dinus voted for that.
Of course, Dinus voted for that. I think Babaliko, Kala, they all supported this.
No. I never voted for Trump. No. That's not true. Never voted for Trump.
Then that was a smart decision. But Trump, Kala, and Dinus definitely advocated for Trump. I'm sure they voted for him. So this is it. So you can't blame Liberia, right? Liberia came up and said, well,
and you know something, based on what I see with the Democrats, I probably vote for a Republican again.
Of course.
Oh my God!
It's a stupid man that refused to realize.
No. Look. I don't give a
This
goddamn.
This is ridiculous.
Kyle, let me finish my point, please. Let me finish my point, Kyle. You're doing the show today. You have your monologue. Kyle, let me finish my statement, please.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Let him finish, please.
I don't agree. Look, I don't think a man.
Oh, Kyla, come on, Kyla. Dennis has warned you so many times. Let me finish, please.
Kyla. Let's get to the panel first, and then you could, rebuttal. Go ahead, Elvis. Got a minute. I got past the captain.
Right.
You just gotta have no respect, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, Elvis.
Right. So the last thing I would say is that the $30 million for a country like Liberia is a lot of money. So the country took the money. Like Kyla said, based on the history of the country, you can kind of sneak your way and give a false cover, like, well, this was meant to be a land of liberty. This was a country that was, being a refuge for many people who were lost at sea or was coming back from slavery and so on. So based on the nature of our history and the foundation of our nation, this is a good place to be. But really, it's just cruelty from Trump. He could send these, Latinos and Spanish speakers to another collaborating Spanish-speaking country. I'm sure that you can send them to Colombia. Now they got Venezuela. You can send them there. There's a lot of places you can send these guys. If you want to send the Africans there, yeah, send them to Liberia. They'll find a way to, another West African country if they don't want to be in Liberia. But he's just being cruel and devious. So this is what you voted for. So all of the Trump supporters, don't come over here, bashing Liberia. Liberia is only trying to strengthen its diplomatic ties with the Trump regime. He's already targeted African countries. And for what it's worth, he's giving Liberia some slack, whether it's because of our relationship with the U.S. historic relationship,
oh my God,
or because they've placated to his whims. Either way, he's giving them some leverage or leeway in terms of visa applications. People from other African countries now have to come to Liberia to apply for visas. He didn't sanction them, when they had some travel, ban. So I guess the government is calculating his, moves, and they think by placating and kowtowing to Trump, they'll get some crumbs. And I guess they've been getting a little bit of crumbs here, compared to other West African countries. So that's what it is, man. But I'll pass the mic, Dinus.
All right, go ahead, Castro. After Castro is back to you, Kyla. Go ahead, Castro.
Peace to everybody on the panel. Can y'all hear me okay? I'm on my Obama Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so yeah, what I got to contribute to this topic is I think that a lot of these people that they're sending to Liberia and all of these countries in Africa, they actually can't go back to the country that they're from because there's some kind of political turmoil. Maybe their governmental regime is after them, so they can't just outright send them back to where they're from. That's the whole idea of them leaving that area. So they want to send them to some place where they won't be persecuted by the government. And that just so happens to be African countries, the ones that they call shithole. I don't think that this is bad on Liberia. 1,200 people isn't going to do too much on the population. And I think they needed the money. And I'll pass the mic because I'm real entertaining with this Elvis versus Kala thing. So let me pass the mic.
Go ahead, Kala. Let me yourself, Kala.
Okay, yeah. Let me address Elvis with this. He always take these side swipes at me, when we talk about Trump. Look, what's done is done. In 2024, I looked at all the issues on the table, and I looked at everything. I looked at who was running for office. I looked at the turmoil in the Democratic Party. I looked at all the issues on the table. Right. My issue was the repeal of the thing of Title IX, which defines male gender at birth. That affects my business. I think, because I am not going to let nobody walk in my office and with a man telling me that he's a 16-year-old girl and I got to sit there with a straight face and take it. No. So I want that gone. And I voted for the thing. I don't want men in women's sports. I don't want men. This is insane, right? So it was very easy for me. I don't want open borders. I didn't want people flooding in this country. This is what the problem we have right now. So therefore, it was a choice. Open borders, just create the chaos. That's sort of not Colombians, Venezuela taking over New York, everything like that. The city I grew up in, I was appalled when I went there in early 2024, and I looked at New York City, how it deteriorated. So I looked at all this stuff, and I voted for Trump. I held my nose and voted for Trump. I am not apologizing for that. That don't mean I'm a conservative. That don't mean I'm a MAGA. It was just a choice at the election. And that's what elections are for. You vote what's on your conscience. You don't vote for what Elvis tells you to do or anybody else tells you to do because this is what we got to do. Elvis needs to take that third world shit the heck out of here because that's what we don't play that stuff here. We vote on issues here, intelligent issues. If you don't know the issues, if you don't have an issue, then stay home and don't vote. That's the way it is. And nothing's guaranteed in stone. You could have everything and everything whatnot, but if someone's not talking about your values and everything like that, they won't get your vote. As simple as that. We don't owe our vote to anybody. Democrat, whoever else. You vote how you feel you're gonna vote. I never tell anybody how to vote. I don't know what your values are. Thing about Liberia is this, 1,200 people is not going to hurt Liberia. They're going to get a lot of stuff. Liberia is now the regional embassy for visa processing. They shut down Sierra Leone. What it tells you is that this government in Liberia is really making steps. It's really stepping up. It's really improved over the last 6 years I've been going there. And so the bottom line is the United States has a lot of confidence in Liberia's stability. And let's not compare with the Sahel. Sahel, every last single country in Sahel is fighting insurgencies and jihadists and whatnot. And we don't know how this is going to friggin' turn out.
They're winning. They're winning. They are winning. They are winning.
No, there's
what do you mean you don't know how it's turning out? They are winning. What do you mean you don't know?
You gonna let me finish?
What do you mean you don't know?
You gonna let me finish talking? Is he gonna let me finish talking? Let me land my plane. You can have the floor.
Land. Okay, land.
Look, there's no such thing as winning. The only thing that win is when you do.
Oh my God!
Try to fly. Look, every day you look around. Traore almost get assassinated. This one almost get assassinated. Insurgents coming in. You ain't winning. If you're fighting, you're losing.
Kala got a point, y'all. Kala got a point.
No, that's no point. That's no point.
But by your standards,
that's not a point.
Yeah. By your standards, but who wants to be
long as those people are still there and he's fighting, he ain't winning.
Very stable.
I let Baba go so I could go.
No. It's very stable. Burkina Faso is very stable right now underneath Traore.
How is it stable? You guys are fighting.
No. Because Burkina Faso, when France was there, was under 60% was controlled by terrorists. Now it's way less.
You're still fighting.
It's way less.
No, he gave us a number, but he won't give us a number on how much
you still don't have control over the whole country.
He has control. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger is not fighting.
You still got pockets of insurgents. You don't have no
control. Hold on. These guys is not fighting terrorists alone. They are fighting the European. They're fighting the Europeans who are supplying the terrorists. So it's not just the terrorists.
Lying eyes. Don't believe our lying eyes.
Okay? Wait, we go lying. These guys got certain guns.
James,
Hold on, so you telling me, Caller, you a smart guy. Caller, you sound like a smart
Russia
guy.
not a European?
Are you telling me? Hold on. Are you telling me these terrorists, all these drones?
The fact that the terrorists
are you telling me all these drones and these big guns, these terrorists could afford what you want?
The fact that
these terrorists could afford this stuff?
Hold on, but Babo, please let me ask you this. It'll be brief. Now, immigrants tell the U.S. that immigration benefits the U.S. Don't you realize that immigration can benefit Africa? Don't you realize this?
How?
The same way it benefits the U.S. That's what y'all tell us.
Yeah, but by people applying for visas and going on their free will, not by dumping criminals. That's too that.
They came to the U.S. illegally. They came to the U.S. illegally. Exactly. They came to the U.S. illegally.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is send them back to the... Listen, you can't just dump a bunch of criminals in one place.
One step at a time. Hold on. Y'all tell us that immigration benefits the U.S. I'm asking you, now that these same immigrants is going to Africa, why they can't benefit Africa?
The immigrants that's coming here in America, a lot of them is doctors, nurses, engineers. No, it's a fact. It's a fact. It's a fact. You dumping criminals. Come on, guys. Africa, come on, don't play. African, don't play that.
Hold on, you
come on, sir. No. You know, it's a fact. A lot of the guys that come here is educated themselves and they're
they're being deported from the U.S.
Engineer.
No. You talking about?
Hold on. One mic at a time. Babo, they're being deported from the U.S. to Africa. So if they benefit the U.S., why they can't benefit Africa?
Well, that's different, though. That's different. You talking about people that running? Hold on. No, you laughing. You talking about people that's running? You talking about people that's running here because they are lesbian and all that, right? You talking about that, right?
And y'all say that benefit us. So let them benefit y'all. Let them benefit Africa.
Hey, it can benefit them. But send them back to the home
why
of the
you
region.
crying, brother?
I'm crying because it's not. I'm crying because it's not them alone is going there.
Wipe your tears away. Wipe your tears away because
it's criminals too.
It's not going to stop. So wipe your tears away. It's only going to speed up.
How it's going to speed up? The guy's only there for 4 years.
In that 4 years, they deported illegal aliens from the U.S. to Africa. So more coming.
You know, Obama send back a lot of people too, right?
What's your point?
My point is it's not going to make any difference. It's not going to make any difference.
Once again, why are you crying, brother?
I'm crying because there are criminals in there too. It's not just
in the US.
Those people.
You're not crying about them being in the U.S., right?
I'm not crying about them being in the U.S.
So let them go to Africa. Let them go to Africa, bro.
Hold on, let me explain something to you. A criminal, right, cannot go in the Caribbean and apply for a visa to come to America. It's gonna be black. They're gonna know exactly he's a criminal.
They came to the U.S. illegally, brother.
Yo, you cannot fly
and
on
y'all
a plane.
Hold on, I'm
telling you.
Hold on,
I don't
brother.
think you guys understand how this thing works.
One mic at a time, brother. Let me complete my sentence. They
Go
came
ahead.
to the U.S. illegally, and y'all crying when ICE deports them, right?
African American, you are wrong. Are you aware how they get inside the country? There's visa overstays.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's illegal.
They came into the U.S. illegally.
It's not illegal.
African Americans.
They opened the floodgate in 2020. They came in illegally.
Sir,
no.
In order for them to come to the U.S., they have to apply for a visa.
So
and they overstayed it, right?
And what happened is some of them, they stay over their visa.
Okay, that's illegal, brother.
That's not everybody. Most of them illegally walked over.
Exactly.
But what he's trying to say is they apply for a visa.
The point is, if they benefit the U.S., let them benefit Africa.
No, but what I'm saying is, if I apply for a visa, right?
Hold on, can anybody address what I'm saying?
No, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is,
brother, please, Babo, you gotta be.
If I can interject real quick, African American is making a good point, though.
Respectfully,
that's a valid question. That's a valid question.
Donis, the question is valid, right? But what I'm saying is, when people overstay their visa, right? If they get sent back, no criminal in Africa they can't just come here. That don't make any sense. We don't just say, oh, the Caribbean, Africa, send the criminals to America. It don't work like that.
Donis, can I respond to
15,
Culver and
20
Kyler
years.
real quick?
20 years.
Donis?
Oh, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, man. Say.
Yeah, so peace and love to the chat. So before I talk about the topic, I want to respond to Nova and I want to respond to Kala because there was an argument with my brother Barbalico. First of all, Burkina Faso has about 74% of the territory back, and prior to that,
did you say 74%?
They have 74%.
Did you say 74%?
Yes, that's a fact.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted a number, bro. I'm not knocking it. I just wanted a number.
I think it's the other way around. They got
No, it's not the other way. No, it's not the other way around, Collar. And let me give you a prime example. Why would you have GDP growth if you have insurgency?
Is this man sucker? Yo,
Yeah,
man,
it
what
is.
you talking me?
Huh?
Will you follow me around the internet, man?
What you mean follow me? You see the title? It says Liberia, right? Yeah, exactly. That's what you're laughing. But anyways, like I was saying, that they have 74% of their territory back, and they're very well equipped, and the people are behind Ibrahim Traore. Because give you a prime example, they have a thing called the Patriotic Fund. Kala, if the Burkinabés did not trust Ibrahim Traore, how were they able to raise?
He's a great leader, but
no. Hold on. Let me speak. How was he able to get $300 million? And no. Let me speak.
We talked about this the other day.
No. Let me speak. How was he able to get $300 million in military funding from his people when they place sanctions on them? Huh? So that should tell you something, that the people are behind Traore. And then also, hold on. And also too, as you notice too, that Benin and Burkina Faso has a security agreement. So guess what now? So all those terrorists, whatever, guess what? They're flooding to different areas, and guess what's gonna happen? They're starting to run to Ivory Coast. So they're doing a phenomenal job. And also the Burkinabés in Ghana, they're starting to go back to Burkina Faso, and different parts of the country, they started to come back and invest in the country.
A few months ago,
so you cannot have an increase in GDP growth if you have instability, because it goes hand in hand. If they didn't, even the IMF and the World Bank, not me, the World Bank and the IMF said that Burkina Faso is doing a good job, even though they have insurgency. That's what the IMF and that's what the World Bank said. So regardless of what you say, Kyle, it don't mean nothing. But let me get back to the top. Hold on. So let me get back to the topic now, as far as Liberia taking these deportees, right? This is what happens when you have leaders who don't have a backbone. Because I remember, I think a year ago, 2 years ago, the same administration went to Burkina Faso, went to Mali and said, hey, can you take these deportees? The deportation? And guess what they said? They said, listen, we will take people that want to come visit our country. But the people who want to come in our country unwillingly, we are not going to take them.
Yep.
That's what Burkina Faso and that's what Mali did. But unfortunately, our neighbors near us, because they're in compromised positions and they don't want to, lose their financial status or their assets, whatever.
No, just Liberia is stable.
So they have to comply. They have
1,200 people.
So they have to. So Kyle, I'm talking. Thank you. So that's why they had to comply and listen to this administration. And remember, if you remember a couple of years back, Kyle, you're old enough. You remember back in the 80s and 90s, where back in Los Angeles when they had those El Salvadorians, those gang members, what was it, MS-13 and 8 Gang Street. And when they got deported, guess what? They got deported back to El Salvador. And guess what happened? They turned that country very bad until they had that recent leader that went, he cleaned it up, whatever. But prior to that, they had gangs, they had gang members everywhere controlling every block in El Salvador. So what's going to happen is that they're not like they're sending their best. They send these guys that got crazy criminal convictions and stuff to whatever, But this is what happens when you have sovereignty. Because when you have sovereignty, you can tell these powers, hey, listen, you're not going to tell me what to do. I'm going to do my own thing. And there's nothing you can do about it. But that's all I got to say.
Well, that was a nice soliloquy, but the reality is, you shouldn't have any insurgent. And like I said, it's only 1,200 people. I've been to Liberia several times, and I know Liberians. I know the government. I know the police, the military, and stuff like that. Those 1,200 people are not going to be any threat to Liberia's security. Trust me.
How do you know?
Because I know the lay of the country. I know.
How do you know the people? Do you know the people? Liberia. Do you know the people who's getting deported from America to
let me
Liberia?
ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. I've been in Liberia, right? And so, what exactly is anybody going to do? Liberia got its own structure, its own.
Okay, you have your own structure,
and everything like that.
Do they not have like a mafia type network down there? And
no.
You sure?
No.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
I've been there. I got a house there.
No. But are you sure about that? You sure?
Look, how many tell you I got to show you? I've been there 6 times.
Okay, so you're saying,
I got people on the ground.
So you're saying that they don't have you're saying that they don't have an underground network over there of mafias over there, right?
No.
Okay.
Liberia got some people that's involved in the drug trade, but it's not anywhere near like you see in the United States or.
And is Liberia developed? Is Liberia developed? You've been there 6 times.
Liberia's the only place that in the middle of. Trust me, we did the tour. Ask Pamani. I fell asleep in the back of the car, and there was like hundreds of people walking back in and out of the club. And I fell asleep. I felt more safe in Liberia than I ever would in the United States. And you can look at Elvis. Elvis doesn't like his country because he's rejected from his country right now.
So Trump trying to mess up the country now because it's so safe. He's trying to mess it up.
Let me ask you a question. There's almost 2 million people in Monrovia. What the hell is 2?
It don't matter if it's 2 million.
Oh my God! Come on, Carla.
1,200 people with criminal convictions.
Hold on. There is nobody in Liberia that carries guns.
They can sit there.
There's no guns on the street. There's no.
They can destroy the company.
Only people that got guns in Liberia are the police. What the hell are they gonna do? The only people that got guns.
What you mean? What the hell they going to do? They did the same thing in El Salvador. I just gave you the prime example. What you mean?
Liberia's not El Salvador,
so listen,
bro.
But if you have a weak infrastructure, you guys sound so have a strong, if you don't have a strong police force, they can sit there and they can take advantage.
Look, they're not going to take over 1,200.
How do you know? How do you know? How do you know? How do you know?
Like, no.
How do you know that?
Common sense.
No, it's not common sense. If you have a weak infrastructure system,
oh my God, Carla is tripping.
Over.
Okay, yeah, okay. 1,200 people are going to take over a whole 5-6 million people.
Did you not hear what I just said? If your system don't have a strong infrastructure of policing,
the country does got.
Don't matter if it's 1,200 or if it's 100 people. Those 100 people,
Liberia would not be the
and
place.
they can take over your country and they can sabotage it. Look at Guinea, for example. Look at Guinea-Bissau. Guinea-Bissau has a cartel problem. They have a cartel problem.
Thanks. I don't know where you get your guests from, man.
Where? So Guinea-Bissau don't have a cartel problem?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Okay, but what I'm telling you, Guinea-Bissau has a cartel problem.
I can't believe what the hell I'm hearing.
What you mean? What the hell you'll believe in? It's facts.
This guy's been to Liberia 6 times. He love it, safe.
Yeah,
and he's saying 1,200 people is nothing. You know, Trump is going to send more people over there. That's not going to happen.
How do you know that?
When it happens, I want to see you on here because I've been right. I've been right 100% of the time on this stuff.
I think there's a new person on the panel.
I just want to ask one more question. I got
the Liberian president.
I want to ask one question. And I'm
Trump
going
to go. There is a new person on the panel.
Why is it that everybody got this?
So listen, I want everybody to sit there, timestamp this, and say this on your date that college said they're not going to send nobody. I guarantee you the next month they're going to send more people.
Yes, exactly. They're going to send more people.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I was hearing for the last few years how immigrants are such a blessing to America and whatnot. You know, they call it this. Now you're telling us that the immigrants, that these are migrants, these are legal people here.
Hello, who are they sending back there?
Hold on. So let me ask you a question. Hold on. Hold up. So ICE are arresting criminals and deporting them? So ICE is justified in the raids they're doing right now, rounding up people in. If you say they're criminals, right?
Yeah, some of them are.
All right. So therefore, you should stop complaining about ICE then.
Yeah, but it's not. But they're not sending them to
there's a new
they're not
person on
sending
the
them to their
panel
country.
that
They're
hasn't
sending them all over the place.
spoken yet.
No, we don't have to send them to their country.
Oh my God! My God!
Look.
So if America, hold on, if America do something bad, if America, hold on, caller, if America do something bad. If America do something bad in Africa, we should send them to Haiti. No, I'm asking you. If America do something bad in
Excuse me. Can I get a chance to say something?
Give me 10 seconds. Bobby, you want to hear something so interesting? There was a recent news video, I think on MSNBC or CNN. They had a Cuban guy from Florida. He went, and I think he was in a gang or something, whatever. And then they arrested him. And then guess what country they sent him to? Swaziland. And he's there right now currently, and he hasn't left the jail that he's in right now. And then Kyler's going to sit here and tell you that these people that they're sending, I guess they are the brightest, which they're not.
That's what they said. So doctors and engineers. You said if we get the Haitians said if we get deported, I'm not gonna have no doctors and engineers. Collapse, man.
How are you gonna monitor?
Why do we send those Haitians, right? Why do we send those Haitians to Liberia? Yo, look, Diners, isn't that a good idea? If the Haitians say they got all the skill and knowledge and everything like that, and America was that, why can't we use the Haitians in Liberia, man?
And over,
we can use the help, man.
Over again. But I understand.
Hold on, we can use 300,000 Haitians in Liberia.
Because you got a house in Liberia, man.
300,000 Haitians can help build Liberia.
Man, he did not have to go and accept those deportees, man. He could have said no, but guess what? He didn't say no because he needed the money.
Yo, but he
needed the money.
He's a devil. He's a black devil.
Yo,
he's a black devil.
Can anybody hear what I'm saying?
Yo, he heard that immigrants are building America, so he said, "Hey, maybe some immigrants could build Liberia."
He did not send the brightest.
I think I might be muted.
Because he wanted the money.
Caller is playing semantics now. He is playing semantics. You playing semantics now. Come on, man. You playing semantics now, man. Come on, man. How you gonna say you wanted people to build Liberia? You playing semantics, man. Criminals, what is criminals can build? Them criminals can build nothing. Come on, man. Stop playing semantics.
Right. Babalico, according to Collar, they're sending their brightest, whatever, to sit there and fix the infrastructure.
Yeah. Playing games, man.
You guys are the immigrants are the best and the brightest, man. So let's go to Africa and build, man.
But am I wrong? Do a lot of immigrants come here and become very successful? Am I lying? Am I lying, Caller?
Successful people to Africa.
No, but I'm saying, am I lying? Yes or no? Am I lying?
No, well, whatever. We'll see what they can do.
Oh my God! You see, these guys can't answer a question, man.
Let's see what
these guys can't answer a question.
Hey, excuse me. I'm trying to. I think there's a new person on the panel just trying to add to the conversation. Yeah, as far as Liberia's president, when he was here, buttering up to Trump, asking him for development. He was trying to get something out of Trump, and Trump clowned him, talking about, you speak really good English. So I'm looking like this is probably a second chance to get in Trump's good grace. And as far as I looked at some of the monologue and some of the video, but I didn't get the whole gist of it. Are these people held in prison, or are they able to freely move around Liberia?
They're held.
So they're held. So the thought I got was, and this is not satire.
Nobody knows.
That urge to partake in human trafficking, slavery, they couldn't resist. Of course we're gonna take them. Ain't no telling what they're gonna do to those prisoners. 1,200 people. They might ship them off to Mauritania. But as far as
we got a lot of farms and stuff like that to be cultivated.
As far as Liberia,
use the labor, man.
I looked at an article recently. They just burnt up a lot of the white stuff, and then the vice president just got caught dealing with the white stuff, the powder. So when I looked at the video of them burning up the powder, when they burnt the powder up, I noticed how all of the Liberians seem to all look like clones of each other. So they might be suffering from lack of genetic diversity. So they might need people like these Latinos, these I think it's Ghanaians, to come into Liberia and perhaps add to their gene pool. because they all look the same. It's crazy. They all look like clones of each other. So I looked at that aspect. They might need more people from different parts of the world to help improve their
This guy's
genetics.
trolling, man.
And
I mean, he's
also they
trolling,
probably
man.
want to partake in selling people. And I looked at another thing I want to say. I looked at the history of Liberia, and the Americans had the biggest mortality rate, they say, of all time. Like when they was shipping them from America to Liberia during the slave trade, they say most of the black people was dying within months of like yellow fever and malaria. And it's like they wasn't able to really grow because of the diseases. And then once they liberated once we emancipated the slaves in America in 1865, prior to that, there was like 18,000 black people going there. And then it drastically stopped. So it wasn't no real improvement to the gene pool for like over 100 years. So maybe they need more like diverse genetics in that country. Because if you look at them Liberian, they all look the same. It's crazy. But that's about it, though.
You said Trump clowned the Liberian. Trump
He
is
clowned
the
him,
clown.
said, you speak really good. How did you learn English like this?
You
Like
know
you was
why
a little
Trump said
boy.
that? You know why Trump said that? Because he's the clown. He don't even know the history between America and Liberia. That's why Liberia speaks good English.
But
He
Trump
is the one who don't
know.
even know what's going on. He is the one, not
If
the
you read between the
Liberian.
lines,
Oh,
if
you
you
speak
really
so good English. Meaning, you think all Africans speak this kind of language. So when you hear him talking, which you don't know the history of Liberian America, you will say something like that.
But
That's
if you read
dumb.
between the lines, like read between the lines, right? Trump
Let
really
me tell
told
you.
him.
Let me tell you something.
He told him. Let me say this. Trump told him, "Why you not dealing with the black people? You got the black caucus. Why you over here buttering up to me?" That's what I got from it. You see what you asking me for something for? You got all these black people in America, and all these African leaders ran to Trump and didn't even come to the black American people or the black, or even the diaspora that's in America. Even the Africans that's in America, they came here buttering up to Trump. So when he said that to him, I kind of got that. Like he pushed him to the side. Like, you need to be talking to all these black people in this country. That's what I got from it.
Maybe it could be. Maybe it could be. That's why these guys make themselves foolish when they run here, thinking they're gonna get some type of help, and they're not. Especially with
up to the white people.
Especially with this leader, they're not gonna get no help. So I don't know why they come here and make themselves a fool. Senegalese, the Liberian, and Gabon, all of them, they make themselves idiots. Okay, come sit down here talking about you on a golf course. You go and help your people, man. Your people been underneath heavy dictatorship for years in Senegal. Go help your people. Now you betraying the people. So these leaders, this is the problem in Africa, man. These leaders, man, they come, they talk a good game, and when they get into power, they do the same as the other leader. The same. Fair is doing the same thing. But I want to say too, right now, it's not looking good for Trump in Iran. Okay, a lot of soldiers is dying, and it's disgusting.
Hey, did you hear about the number of soldiers that got unalive?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of soldiers is dying, and Trump is lying about the numbers. Okay, he's lying. So when people come up here saying, "Oh, they voted for Trump because of this and that," first to begin, one of the things I was going to vote for Trump for, which I didn't vote for him, was because he said he's going to stop wars. But I know he was lying because I know I wasn't from New York, and he did like 100 bankruptcies. So I know he's not a guy that's pretty stable. So I am saying this: the war in Iran needs to stop. It's too much. All your bases is blown up in Bahrain, in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar. It's all your bases is gone. You're lying. Your ship been hit. I hear the military guys is not getting any food on the ship. They're not getting no food. They've been in darkness for 4 days. Okay, and they're ready to come home. They're crying. They're crying on the ship. It's not looking good. So
they already replaced that ship. I think Abraham Lincoln was replaced with the George Washington.
It's not looking good, It's not looking good, It's not looking good.
Can I go? Look, if these African leaders think that by showing up with this guy, if you check his history, never liked no black people, never liked the ones in the United States,
yep,
and never liked the ones in Africa. You know, I'm in the motto like, if you live in these countries, whatever you're doing there, take Trump out. It can be Trump, they can be other ones. Even the other ones also, they're not good. If you live in these countries and you're from Africa, you happen to have a job there, never say, oh, I'm an American. I'm an American. Then you stay as American. The white man allow you to stay there as he wants you to be American as he wants. Please build a house in Africa, invest in Africa, carry your bag, and come and eat the real food in Africa. Because I don't see why you bring Latinos. Latinos have no similar culture with Africans at all. You know, you bring these people in. Why don't you take the? I see that all the surrounding countries that surround America, they're not doing well. Maybe Mexico a little bit, but all the other ones are doing well. Canada is doing well, but Salvador, Guatemala, all these ones are not doing well. It's just because it's still the same, the race card. You know, you destabilize all these countries. America is kind of like a big bully territory. That's how the people also who live in America also behave like a bullies also. You know, most most Africans are not actually. If you go to Africa, we don't even have any product of United States. We don't use their TV. We don't use their washing machine. Most of these are coming from China. People are just going for China for business nowadays. 5 years from now, China cars are also coming now to Africa heavily. China cars. So at the end of the day, are they going to meet us again and say, oh yeah, you see, we have history together. Which history do we have together? We have history together. Just like what they did in the 70s. I would tell you about Liko, you know, I'm an old school dude. In 70s, from 73, 74, 75, 76, if you go to some of these embassies in Africa, I'm from Nigeria. You understand me? You see they ring their bell ringing, visit United States. Do you know why they allow Africans to ever come to the United States? It was geopolitics. Africa was going to Russia to study. They came by playing soft power, by Nixon. But it was already being discussed by the other guy that was there after Kennedy. You know, by Nixon. Oh yeah, let's bring these Africans together. Let's bring the Africans to us. After they start analyzing our people, because those people don't want to dance tools with them. They did not go towards soft power by giving scholarship, asking our government to give scholarship to our students to come there. If you just go to the United States, they'll just give you a visa immediately. Then they come with green card lottery. Green card lottery they were playing was a soft power, geopolitics. Now you out of the blue, you don't want them anymore in your country. They're bringing people that we don't even know in our territory. It's not going to work. Africans have to learn by fighting ourselves, by thinking you can. I'm not taking Trump alone. Even people like the Joe Biden, they're also very bad. Obama was also not good at all. For you to come with better things to Africa, what was he coming to give us? These people that ladyboy.
I will tell you this though. Obama gave the Nigerians billions. Biden gave them billions. They gave y'all a lot, but y'all don't really. The African countries don't really offer us anything.
Hold on. Which billion? Hold on. Which billions he give to Africa for free? Even the jet want to buy for him more cars. But you start,
what I understand is Joe Biden did it for the slave trade. He gave them like 50 billion.
I don't want to get headache. I don't want to get headache with fantasy and lies. You know, I'm from Nigeria, man. You know, Joe Biden, Obama never give us. Obama
y'all stole the money. Y'all ran off with the money. He gave y'all billions. Y'all just ran off with the money.
I said, I don't want to have headache for your something I don't know nothing about. If our leaders steal money, they are allowed to bring this money. They are allowed to bring this money to that country. They see this money will come.
Listen, the president of Liberia was sitting next to Trump, asking him for development. Didn't he ask Trump for development?
But we start saying in Nigeria, I live in Nigeria. We start saying in Nigeria, why should you take your money to a country whereby the leaders don't even have no house in Nigeria, or you take your money to that place? What does that have to do? The food is not the same. It's all kind of like chemicals and everything. What kind of chicken do you want to eat in the United States that you not be you cannot eat in Nigeria. I'm pro Nigeria. I live in everywhere. I left and came back home. I came back home living with a foreigner who lived with me in my house. You can see the way I talk now, try to put my voice down. So I don't give a hoot. Look, why should I leave a brick country where about 9 inches block as my house, come to a country where they build wooden houses, cardboard and everything that is not even a home. You understand me? That's just where I say things. I'm not impressed with the United States. I've been there a lot of times. I buy kids before there. You know what I mean? So I'm not really impressed with the place.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You say you're not impressed with. You say you're not impressed with the United States, right?
No.
What do you think the United States owe you?
America never owe me nothing.
Do you think we're trying to impress you?
What impress me for what?
You say you're not impressed with it. What is that? What type of comment is that you're not impressed with the United States?
When I have the real original one, as my wife at home, why should be impressed in your country?
Why would you? What type of comment is that you're not impressed with it?
I would never be impressed in your country because if you live in Europe for years, you don't want to go to the United States.
You think you were trying to impress you? What I'm saying is like
society.
That whole comment lets me know that your mentality is to come and take. We should be impressed with your country. Like you should be trying to impress us just as much as
your
you
country,
say you're not impressed with our country.
I'm impressed in my country. I'm impressed in my country because I could wake up, I see the sunlight, I could wake up, I eat my food.
What are you? What type of provisions are you offering the people outside your country?
I don't do people like you.
What we need, what anybody need to, all those Europeans come here, they don't impress nobody. Who they come here to impress? All those Europeans come here.
What are you talking about? Give me a context. What you talking about?
You saying he should come here to be impressed? That's what you said, right? He should come
like
here.
What I'm saying is this, right? This is what I'm saying. He made a comment in a statement saying he's not impressed with the United States.
I'm not impressed because I live with the real people.
I'm trying to understand why would you make that comment? Like why would you be impressed or not impressed?
Because I don't see what people. It's even the first comment I made. If you live there, you have a job. Go back, build your home.
Do you think
Africa,
this country was built to impress you?
To impress what? What should I be impressed?
What are you talking about?
What he's saying is when he came here, he wasn't impressed with. Or maybe he was hearing a lot of good things. When he came here, he was like, "Oh no, this stuff is not
it's
true."
Like this, right?
He wasn't impressed.
Say
so
you
like
shining.
that's what he means.
Say you shining, right? Say you shining, and then a dude look like I'm not impressed. You think I'm driving through here to impress you? Who is you? You just mad at your business shining. Like why would I give a damn if you not? Why would you have to tell me you're not impressed?
I mean, and you just sat here and you just say that all the Africans want to come to America. You just say that though.
I'm saying they come here looking for something, but they don't really offer. It's not like an equal exchange.
But you
they go to other people's countries looking for things, but they don't really offer the same provisions in their country.
Are flooding America, dying to come over here, and that's just not freaking true.
Majority of Africa live in Africa.
How is it true?
Because they have like embassies all over Africa, and they crawl in and try to get to Europe.
Embassies in Asia, they got embassies in Europe, they got embassies in
Latin America. Point I'm trying to make is this, right?
All over in the Caribbean,
also in the Caribbean, everywhere. So what's the point?
I mean, the point I'm trying to make is nobody's really trying to.
So my thing is
nobody's trying to go to your country.
My thing is this. If America doesn't want no one coming to the country, why don't you just close all the embassies around the world, and then that will solve.
They already did that. I think O'Shea Duke Jackson just said they didn't close like 25 embassies in Africa.
They'll still be the same people. They'll still be the same people going to beg. Not too long. You put sanction on Burkina Faso. You don't want the people to come. We're gonna put sanction on America. Trump was surprised. They went back there to be begging. Oh no, let's settle this. America beg Africans to come to the United States in the 70s.
Beg you to do what?
Beg Africans to come to the United States.
To do what?
The table stealing they start stealing our
what
intellectuals
you to do?
To come there. Look. Have you ever traveled out of the United States, my guy?
I haven't really.
You live in the United States. Possibility you live in one room.
You said we were begging you to come here.
You know, from there, you live in one room. Maybe you have a roommate.
Kidola, he's not even aware that the richest person in Africa is a Nigerian named
this guy just talk anyhow.
Based on mineral resources, not his intellectual capacity.
What you mean? Do you know what companies he has?
He has like oil refineries, but he's not like a self-made billionaire like a P. Diddy,
in
who's
order for you to have
total self-made off of his
in
intellect.
order for you to have an oil refinery, that means that you must have some knowledge on the subject.
I mean, I would say this: $600 billion missing.
But in order for you to
They
open
stole
up,
$600 billion.
in order for you to open up a business, you must have some knowledge in the business, correct?
I mean, they stole $600 billion out the coffers.
So you can't answer the question. So again,
it's
he
not,
has knowledge.
Trump would have dumped billions over there.
He has
Ain't no telling where that money ended up.
He opened up an oil refinery. He has a fertilizer company. He also has a cement.
But it's not based on his intellectual capacity. He's not like a P. Diddy. He's not like a Byron Allen.
Capacity, but according
he's
to
not like a
Forbes
Tyler
magazine,
Perry.
He's the richest black man.
It's based on something that pumps up the ground.
Tyler Perry? Come on,
They're billionaires based off their intellect.
After all these black men, you gonna say Tyler Perry?
But he's a billionaire based on his movies. What are you talking about? He's not like pumping oil out the ground. It's all based on his intellectual capacity.
So you're saying that entertainment outweighs business? Is that
not entertainment? A man that dressed like a woman. A man that dressed like a woman and run up and down in the movies. A man that dressed like a woman.
Based on selling movies.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
He has a studio in Atlanta.
You didn't say Robert.
You talking about?
Smith? You didn't say Robert Smith. You said Tyler Perry.
I mean, Robert Smith too. What you talking about? We got billionaires that don't pump out the ground. We like our intellectual capacity, our ability, our education.
You said Tyler Perry.
You said Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry's a billionaire. What you talking about?
Tyler Perry.
I don't know how bro.
Tyler Perry no role model. What role model is Tyler Perry?
I mean, regardless of what he did as far as Medea, he's a billionaire off his writing skills, his directing, and his production skills.
But if that was a Nigerian,
it's not based on pumping out the ground, digging up oil and uranium.
So isn't that minerals that you benefit from?
We're not really making money off minerals. We making money off of our intellectual exports, our cultural exports.
So what is oil? So what is oil then?
Oil comes from the earth. It has nothing to do with you.
Dangote selling oil to the United States.
You didn't have anything to do with oil.
Dangote selling oil to the United States.
Now let me ask this: somebody said that we're begging Africans to come to America, right? Yet they contributed nothing to our culture. They contributed nothing to our inventions.
Begging Dangote to sell oil to Europe, then why are they begging?
Because the Strait of Hormuz is shut down. There's oil. You see what I'm saying?
He must be doing something right.
You didn't put the oil in the earth. You had you put the oil in the earth.
Trump is begging for oil. While Trump went to Venezuela and take Maduro, wasn't for oil? That mean he's begging for oil too?
No, they say he was shipping dope. They say he was running a lot of the fentanyl. Just like the government in Liberia, they was messing with the white powder.
We wanted the oil because they don't have the oil.
I mean, regardless of the oil, the oil is in the earth. The people on top of the ground had nothing to do with it. You just happen to be lucky.
It's not Trump.
And he's still benefiting from the resources from the ground.
See, you still talking about the ground. What are you going to do with your brain? Y'all living off the mineral resources. Gold, oil, platinum, uranium. What are you going to create with your mind?
So America doesn't need oil, M?
Everybody on the earth needs oil for energy. But what are you
talking? So what are you talking about?
But oil is not something that you create. You do not create oil.
So what are you talking about? In order for you to extract the oil, you need an oil.
Don't know what he's talking about. Look up, Krishna. Look up.
I mean, oil refinery. We got oil refineries all over America. You talking about oil refineries?
Like an engineer. Are you not going to school to become an engineer?
No, I study architecture.
Architecture, right? So in order for you to build stuff, whatever, you gotta have a blueprints, right?
The architect designed. You design, you draw. You're a designer.
You gotta have blueprints, right? Yes, you gotta have blueprints.
You have to create the blueprints.
Okay, so in order
We have
for
floor
Dangote to
plans,
have
we
an
have
oil refinery,
elevations.
he
It's
has
all
to
Yeah,
have
I
about
the
know.
funds to
intellectual
sit there and
Look at
capacity.
execute,
such
right?
a company. I know. So you
It's not about digging out the ground and just trying to look for gold and trying to think you're going
So
that
look at
gold
this.
Oh
gonna run
my
You
out,
God.
then
you
what?
making excuses.
You don't know what you're talking about. You know why Trump is in
He
Saudi Arabia
doesn't
and all
know.
them places? It's for oil money. Okay?
Regardless of the
Why
oil,
he got deals with all of these guys? Look up Trump's son-in-law, Christian, and all
listen,
of them,
man, you don't
and see what
understand what I'm
deals they got.
saying.
It's oil money. He
What
know
I'm
oil
saying
money
is
is
this. What
they
I'm
got the
saying is
most
this.
money in
What I'm
oil.
saying,
What you talking
listen, what I'm
about?
saying is oil is not something that you created. When you're going to create something,
In order for you to get the oil, you need an
Without
oil refinery,
resources, ask France how they're doing without the uranium. Without resources, you're done. You got
So
nothing.
what are you
Oil,
talking about?
uranium,
listen, man,
lithium. You don't know what you're
Bauxite,
talking
France was
about.
a superpower before
diamonds.
nuclear energy.
A
They was a
superpower
superpower
of a
before
free,
nuclear and
a superpower out
industrial
of
revolution.
Man,
slavery,
stop
a
speaking
superpower
semantics,
out of
man.
400 years of free labor, a superpower out of
Yo,
400 years
They
of
were
Barbalico, you wanna
free
superpowers
labor,
way
M.
Barbalico,
before the
you wanna hit
You
transatlantic
Barbalico, you
slave
wanna hit
trade
can't have
did.
a
Barbalico,
superpower. You
Barbalico,
get
Bob
400 years of free labor. You must be a
Barbalico,
damn
They
superpower.
France
You
was a
wanna hear something
superpower
so
before the
funny?
slave trade. What you talking
Yes.
This is
about?
so funny, Barbalico. This is the same guy that will sit here on this platform saying that the African countries are not benefiting from their resources, right? And when you tell them, hey, these are the people or the companies that's benefiting from the resources, he wants to make excuses and say, oh, because it comes from the ground.
Those are not human
They're not
resources.
doing
That's
nothing.
something that you get out
So
the
you're saying
ground.
entertainment outweighs the
What
resources.
is
Is
your
that what you're
human
saying on this
resources?
platform?
Not just
So
entertainment.
you're saying entertainment
Robert
outweighs
Smith is not an
resources.
entertainer.
You're
We have
saying
people that run
entertainment. You're
all types of
saying
industries.
entertainment outweighs resources. Is that what you're saying?
Those entertainment comes from
You're saying
the human
entertainment
resource.
outweighs resources. Is that what you're saying
Yes,
on this
because it
platform?
comes from the human
Wow.
mind.
Wow.
You didn't have anything to do with the
Wow.
gold and the platinum.
Yo,
Oh
The
my
point I'm trying to
God.
make, look, the point I'm trying to make is
Listen,
No.
man. Yo,
He's
man.
trolling.
It's
Is trolling,
disappointing, man.
man.
Yo,
I'm
why
not
He's
you trolling
trolling.
trolling.
us, man?
Yeah, you
Picture
You
this.
just
trolling, man.
trolling, man.
Picture this.
Entertainment is more
Y'all,
money than
what
resources.
I'm saying is,
Yo,
what I'm
man, why you
saying is,
trolling, man?
That is disgusting.
Babaliko, your family was in Africa, right?
Why you trolling, man?
I mean, your family was
Yo, why
sold
you
from Africa,
trolling,
right?
man?
Yes.
Why you trolling, man?
What land did they have? How do you know
Why
the
you
land that the
trolling, man?
Nigerians getting all that oil from don't belong to your family? They just got removed.
And then, yo,
See, that's the
Barbalico,
thing about
you
land.
want to hit Barbalico? You want to hear
Land is
something so
always
funny?
going to be there, but somebody
Barbalico,
can
you want
come
to
and
hear
take it
something?
from you.
Barbalico, you want to hear something so funny? This is the same guy talking about resources, right? Do you know
These
the
people sold
farmers
your
in the
family
U.S.
and took your family's
because the Strait of
land. Now they
Hormuz is
talking about it
closed?
belongs to
They
them.
can't get access to the fertilizer, so the price of fertilizer is skyrocketing right now, and the
What
farmers
land
are
did they take
complaining
from your
about it.
family,
But
Babaliko?
M will tell you that because it's a resource, it doesn't matter.
What
It
land did
doesn't
they
mean
take
nothing
from you?
because it's not a
What is
form of
your birthright in
entertainment.
Africa
You
that they
believe that?
robbed from you?
No, but that's years ago.
What did they take?
We can
What
go. Those
land?
people.
What land did they
Those
take from
people.
Barbalico, did
you?
you hear what I
Those
said?
people. Those people is not here anymore.
That
Those
same
people that
land
was
that they
sold.
pumping,
That was
Barbalico, did
sold.
you
The
hear
people is not here
Barbalico?
anymore.
Barbalico,
We can.
the
Did you hear
same
what I
land that they
said?
pumping and getting all this oil could have belonged to your family.
Barbalico, did you hear
Hey,
what I said?
we can go Africa and buy land. We can
Why you gotta
go.
buy something they robbed from you?
Come on.
Barbalico, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, what you said?
No, I said that this is the same guy that said that resources don't matter, but the
No,
Strait
it
of
matters.
Hormuz. Well,
No.
listen, the Strait. But hold on, listen to this. So Iran has closed the Strait of Hormuz, right? Why by them closing that, they was getting fertilizer through the Strait of Hormuz. Now because it's closed, the price of fertilizer is shooting up to the sky to the point that the farmers in the U.S. cannot afford the fertilizer. But Emmett's telling you that it doesn't matter because
Fertilizer comes from
they don't sit
Ukraine
there
and
and get
Russia
it from the ground.
primarily.
Do you see the oil price now? Do you see how high the gas prices is now?
That's because we're heavily dependent on oil because of how the world is situated. We wasn't that heavily dependent on oil 300 years ago.
So that means resources is important, right?
Right
So that
now,
means
once we move to a different energy source and abandon fossil fuels, then we won't need the oil under your feet no more.
we're gonna use which American oil
That's why
resources,
we
right?
advance. Listen, that's why we supposed to have engineers to come and advance technology. That's all the Africans supposed to do with all these engineering degrees, but they haven't really
That's what they're
improved
doing right
nothing.
now, Em.
You haven't
That's what
done
they're doing right
anything.
now.
I see some dude talking about he could turn plastic into petroleum, and I think it's a scam. I mean, he got a what do you call it? A Charger and a Challenger. He could run off of some type of microwave petroleum
Hey, M,
plastic.
why you calling him a scam? He's FBA, man. Why you
Yeah,
missing
yeah,
your
that's an
own
African
man?
dude doing that.
Yes, America
Nah,
have a
ain't no
lot of oil.
African
That
dude.
is
You
true,
got
but
no. Hold
the
on,
oil,
hold on,
the oil
Barbarico.
is different. It's a different type of oil.
Barbarico. There's a guy in Atlanta. I forgot his name, but he takes plastic and he makes
That's
it
an African
into
dude.
fuel. No,
He's
he's
from,
not
I think
African. No, he's
he's from
not
like
African.
Zimbabwe.
He's not African. He's Black
He is
American.
African.
No, he's not African.
And it was another African talk about he could run a TV off of like microwaves. I think he was in Zimbabwe. They have all these fantasy scams, but they haven't really improved the technology of the world. Africans haven't contributed anything to the technology with all
Is
this
that so,
knowledge and all
M?
these degrees they
Is
done
that
got.
so?
It's a
Really?
big
Is that so,
waste.
M? Is that so?
You haven't done anything to improve technology. What you do
So,
for
and what have you
satellites? What you
done?
do for
So what have you done?
aerodynamics? What have you done for the
What have you
computing?
done, M? What have
The
you
Black
done?
Americans done a lot.
No. What have you done?
I mean, I'm talking about people. A people. The Black American invented AI, the cell phone, the personal computer. What else? The refrigerated trucks, blood plasma, the light bulb, the red, green, and yellow lights for the traffic signals, the gas mask. I mean, modern technology, the world's modern civilization is based on Black Americans' ingenuity and intellectual prowess. But the
I mean, I
Africans
would
came
think.
here and slowed us down.
I would think so. If you make
Y'all done slowed us
the
down
second
because y'all done
majority
came
of
and
the
took all the
population,
positions
I
in
would
these
think so.
schools and then thought y'all was gonna do something. All y'all thinking about is getting a job, working with the white man,
Is that
worrying
so?
about some oil under the ground. Like you was supposed to come and revolutionize the world in technology and energy. You
Em,
know,
I can't even take you serious because you're the
But why
same guy that says entertainment outweighs resources.
because it comes from
You're
our
a joke,
mind.
bro.
It's
You're a
our
joke.
intellectual capacity. It's not something that we dug out the ground
What you
and trying
mean
to
is a
sell to
capacity?
somebody.
Why are they going to?
It comes
Why
from
You
our.
got
the
We
all
have
the
an
Americans
unlimited
technology.
going to the
supply of
Middle
it.
East trying to get oil?
You
And we
got
saying
you
that's
We
you
have
talk
an
Africa.
about
unlimited supply.
all the technology you guys created. Why they don't create the technology and clean the oil in America so they can use it so they can stop
What I'm
stealing
saying
people
is
oil?
that technology came from the same place that Tyler Perry got his movies. It came from our soul and our minds and our
Yeah,
experience.
right.
It's been exported all over the globe. But what have the
But
Africans
Barbalico,
done
listen,
coming over here and asking
out of
Trump,
all
talking
the
about we
billionaires
needed
that
the
he can
development,
name,
that
he didn't say
Liberian
Robert
president.
Smith. I had to come on this platform to name Robert Smith. He named
I
Tyler
mean,
Perry
Robert
over
Smith,
Robert Smith.
Oprah Winfrey, Will Smith. There's a lot of Smiths. You know, there's a lot of Black billionaires. But I'm just saying, I
Yeah,
just use him as
okay.
an example of a
So you
billionaire
use Tyler
that didn't have
Perry
to dig out the
than Robert
ground and
Smith.
find some
You
oil
use an entertainer than a businessman.
because it comes from our soul and our
You
mind.
use
It's
the
like
entertainer
abstract.
than a businessman.
We take something abstract
You
that's
use
like,
the entertainer instead of a businessman. Is that
look,
correct?
oil is concrete, it's
You use the
physical.
entertainer besides a businessman. Is that correct?
I mean, he's a businessman too. How you
Well,
think
you use the
you own
entertainer.
a massive
I mean,
facility, production
out of
company
all,
without being a
imagine
businessman?
out of all the successful FBAs that's in the country,
But
you named Tyler
Babalico,
Perry.
find out the land that they
Out
robbed
of
from your
all the
people.
successful FBA billionaires that you have, you named Tyler Perry.
I mean, he's a billionaire. What you talking about? You talking about a
Are you
billionaire that's
serious?
pumping oil or a
Out
dude
of
that
all
made movies?
out of all the people you could have named, the
Self
first thing that came to your
produced. He made
mind
their own
was
version
Tyler
of
Perry.
Hollywood
A guy
inside
that
of
wears a
Atlanta.
dress. A guy that wears a dress. And not only that he
Entertainer
wears a
or have
dress,
oil money, resources
he
money.
down
Let's
talks
see what
on
they
black
gonna
men.
say.
I mean, I
Crazy.
would rather have something that's abstract that I don't have to depend on, like what do you call it? Fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are not eternal. They will end at some point. When they end, when your oil well dry up, then they ain't gonna need you no more.
It's going to take years to dry up, genius.
But when we move on to a better technology, like with the Teslas and all of that, we get the cobalt from Congo, got them slaving digging cobalt all day,
And then guess
and
what?
they get
You're gonna need
the lithium from
you're gonna
Morocco.
need,
That's a better technology than the gas and the
So
oil.
Mali has tons and tons.
We gonna move on from that though.
Lithium.
We gonna
And guess
we
what?
gonna get a way better energy source.
guess
Then we
what?
gonna need none of that no more. Once we don't need them minerals in the ground, Africa gonna be wishing they done moved on.
No matter what you do,
and invested in their
regardless, you're
intellectual
going to
capacity
need the
instead of looking at the
resources on the
ground
ground. So you're
Looking for
gonna
the
tell me
ground. I'm a
you can
fan
build
of
anything
diamond,
without no resources? So you can
digging for
build buildings
diamonds
without
and
no
digging for
aluminum.
oil.
You can build batteries without no lithium. You can build anything without no cobalt or
It's a
copper or
technology that
silver
somebody had to
or none of
develop.
that stuff, right? But you're
Somebody
thinking
had to
that, well,
develop
okay,
that
you can't do it though,
technology.
right?
And we fighting
Go
a
ahead,
wrong
man.
fight,
Yo,
man.
what you smoking,
Yeah,
Em?
I think Black Americans be fighting a wrong fight. Like I was watching this couple on YouTube. This black couple, American couple, they travel, they drive around. They save up so much money. They buy a land in Kansas, and the land they was going to put small houses on the land. You know, they buy the land and everything. When they was going to do the development, they went in to get money. You know what they told them? Black people
What?
can't own this land.
Oh wow.
Black people can't own. So they had to go now and they have to sell the land. After they buy the land, I'm trying to remember the name. Oh, we're gonna put it on here so you guys can look them up on YouTube. It's I think it's a Haitian woman and American guy, black, and they couldn't. It still have laws in America
Right.
that
Even in
black people
Chicago.
cannot get the land. So we
Even
fight.
in,
Oh, Babalika, I know you're talking about. But I think I know what you're talking about.
even in
Is it like any
Chicago, they got those
I think
covenants in
any
they
gold or
deeds that they
any
can never
oil
sell to a
underground
Negro.
that the
Yeah,
government can go, they can
someone they
seize
have a
the land
daughter.
like that.
Yeah, they have a daughter and they couldn't get the land. So
Now, Babalico, you just made a valid point. Now, an African come here thinking a white man all good, then what if they go in there and talking about they gonna buy a house and it's a covenant talking about they can never sell to a Negro? He might get a rude awakening because his whole life he thought this was the land of milk and honey. How they talking? They don't know nothing about oppression. They don't know nothing about the Jim Crow. I know what you're saying is true because there's some houses in Illinois, Chicago that still got those covenants on these properties. They can never sell. It's a clause they can never sell to a Negro.
Why is that? I don't understand. Like
The reason it is because this country has slavery and Jim Crow. It's still vestiges of that, and these people come here don't know nothing about our history. They into the candy delusion land. Like this Liberian president came here, thought Trump was gonna give him some development, buttering up to Trump. He said,
but
"You're an idiot."
But you know, in Africa, the whites are still doing the same thing over there. They're colonizing a lot of these weak leaders.
They had colonialism, and they acting like they forgot that. That's crazy. Like they forgot that they was oppressed by the Europeans. Like they don't even know that history.
What are you talking about?
No, I don't
Y'all
think they
Africans
forget. They
don't even know that y'all was oppressed by the white Europeans.
Name the countries, bro. Name the countries, bro.
Every country except Liberia.
No, it's not every country, man.
The only country I'm talking about when colonialism happened, the only country that wasn't affected was Liberia. All other African countries, when you see them colors that represented the European power that took claim to the land.
I think you might be talking about Ethiopia, but
What I'm saying is the African people that exist today, they don't know nothing about European oppression. They don't even know nothing about colonialism.
They don't know nothing about Euro
How they
oppression. Who told you that?
act, how they come and praise and worship the white man and thank him for everything. The Africans that be on this channel,
So
on the internet.
Do you control Homeland Security?
See, they so delusional. They don't even acknowledge.
Do you control the military?
Why would I control the military?
Do you control the Pentagon?
That's the government agency.
Do you control the Pentagon?
I would have to be in a government to do that.
Do you control the
What you
branch,
talking about?
the legislation? Did you call the Senate? Do you control all that?
I would have to get elected. What you talking? I'm not elected as a senator.
Do you control all that?
Why would I control that if I'm not in that position?
If you don't control that, how are you going to sit there and say that they say things like that?
And America got some real problems. We got
dude talking about.
You don't decide who comes.
This dude talking crazy.
No, I'm not talking crazy because it's a fact. You don't decide who comes in and out the country.
Regardless if you come in or not, you don't acknowledge the history.
Do you control who comes in and out the
Look,
country?
regardless who come to the country, we have a history.
And we got a big battle. And we got a big battle ahead of us. We can't worry about fighting our brothers, man. Look in Louisiana right now, right?
Babaliko, did you hear what he said though?
M just be trolling, man.
I don't Babaliko.
Like listen, right?
Seriously.
Listen, right? Listen. This morning I was listening to this news, right? Because I'm traveling in Louisiana. You know they're changing the districts, so black people can't have no voice, right? So when they vote, you know, you're voting for a certain district. I have a lot of black people in Louisiana right now. The governor is changing these things. So
they already did that. But regardless of that.
So why are we fighting people who not controlling anything in America?
Let me respond.
We focusing on Africa and y'all
listen. Let me respond to you. Now we know this damn devil in America. We know the history, right? These Africans come here and talk about they don't know nothing about that. It's a dude on here talking about he thanked Bill Clinton for Africans coming here. One of these dudes came here talking about it was Bill Clinton that the reason he don't know nothing about nothing before Bill Clinton let him here. Like just because you choose not to study our history, that's
with
your
that
fault.
with that same argument, when ISO Speed went to Africa, people thought that Africans were still living in huts and had no roads.
Ain't nobody that silly.
What you mean? There's people
Nobody's
online that thought
silly.
about that. No, don't sit here. No,
Oprah built a school in Africa. Like we know Africa got cities.
There's people online who thought that. They thought that they didn't even have no roads.
But what the point I'm trying to make is the consensus that I get from the people from Africa when they come to America, they are willfully ignorant. They choose to ignore all of this history and say blacks are lazy. Why can I get it? You can't get it. You lazy. They don't look at all the Jim Crow, the slavery. We still haven't really got true victory because in the 1960s, when we finally got like desegregation, they done flooded the zone with a bunch of black immigrants who don't know nothing about our history, who just basically was a hindrance. It's like the South Africans argument. They just got out of apartheid. And then as soon as they got out of apartheid, all the Africans came in to get the resources that they were supposed to get. So they never really got on their feet.
What resources are they getting down there in South Africa?
They was never able to enjoy the fruits of their own labor because all of these Africans flooded the zone.
South Africa, I want you to name what resources are they getting over there in South Africa? What resources?
The freedoms that they got when they ended apartheid. South Africa is a first world country.
It's not a first world country. Who told you that?
It's way better than what Nigeria is.
South Africa ain't getting no resource. The white man own majority of the resources.
What I'm saying is,
Babaliko, this is so unlearned because if
see this is willful ignorance. The comparison I'm making, the parallel I'm drawing is when we got civil rights in America.
They're all privatized.
Listen, when we got civil rights, in America, we never was able to benefit and enjoy it because they flooded the zone with all these people from all over the world.
I travel, right? But right now I'm in Oklahoma. I'll be here for a while. You know they got dirt roads here in Oklahoma?
Oklahoma is that. It's Indian territory. That's like the west of the Mississippi.
Dirt roads. So people and the comments talking a lot of crap. Y'all don't know these rural areas. I went to do some work. We had some trailers to go and think.
This is rural. Just reservation. What are you talking about?
These people are living. These white people are living. These trailers. If a wind blow, the trailer's gonna fall over. I must have to start taking pictures and putting it up here for Donis to see. I was so surprised that some white people live here like that, like dirt roads, trailers about to fall down.
They hillbilly white trash. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
White trash. They live in trailers out here. What you talking about?
But people comes on here and talk about Africa dirt roads. They got dirt roads here in America.
See, that's a false equivalency. That's a false equivalency.
They got dirt roads here in America. I've been to a lot of dirt roads here in Oklahoma.
Listen. The whole entire earth is made of dirt and rocks. If you don't put the streets up and mess with that infrastructure, you're gonna have dirts and rocks. But most of America has infrastructure. Where we live is cities, sewers, running water, electricity.
I want you come out here and visit, man. Let me take you around here. Let me show you. I've been through there, Louisiana, Arkansas. Some of these places. Oh my God, I didn't even want to stop. Some of these places I didn't even want to stop.
You could find say for instance, in Chicago, right? We have a city called Creek. It's like a far south suburb. It's rural. It's just how the rural people live. It's unincorporated. That's how you got Woodstock. It's basically trees. Some people just choose to be. They unincorporated. That's just how some people. This is how some of the terrain is rural.
But why the media don't show that? They show New York City, all the buildings, all the lights. How the media don't show all this poverty?
It's different zones. You got city. You got first class cities. You got rural areas. You got suburbs. It's like you got farmland. It's different types of land. You got mountains like the Appalachians or the Rocky Mountains. You got the Grand Canyon. You got the deserts.
Yeah, I've been down there, the Grand Canyon in Arizona. I've been all around.
What are you talking about? But right in the desert, you got Nevada. You got what do you call it? Las Vegas. But surrounding Las Vegas is nothing but desert. Death Valley. You got Arizona. Like that's just how the country is.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, right, when I don't know about Africa, but in the Caribbean, they shows why everybody. Let me break it down. Why everybody probably want to come to America? They shows the best. So you watch it on TV and you say, I want to go to America. The shows like on TV, the shows the big buildings. You could get this, you could get that, you can afford this. They make it seem like when you're, I don't know, but when I was younger, they make it seem like you could pick money off trees. And
But I'll tell you this though. I'll tell you this. We got a train that go from New York to California, or you can go from anywhere to anywhere. We got trains that go anywhere. We got transportation. We got airports everywhere. We got roads that could take you pretty much anywhere you want to go. We definitely got means of traveling to see these areas. Some people want the areas it's preserved. We got like forest preserves all over where I live at in Cook County. You got forest. It's areas designated. It's like the nature parks in Africa. They got areas where it's just you can't go and develop it to protect nature, to protect the animals. So we got land like that. They can't really develop on it. And most of that's federal land. And most of that land has like claims with like Indian tribes. Like it's still like what do you call what's the word I'm looking for when you in court? You see what I'm saying? When something tied up in court, it's a certain word I can't think of it right now. But whatever, it's a lot of times when stuff caught up in court, you can't really do nothing with the land, and then a lot of times it's treaties. You can't touch the land. Federal land is like it's a lot of the land they can't really do nothing with it. And some people just like the land to be naturally preserved.
Okay. You mean legislation? Is it legislation you're looking for?
No, litigation.
Oh, litigation. Okay.
It's like the lady from what they call that tribe down there, the Washington. They say she won like a million square acres of land that they illegally stole from her during the they call that Louisiana Purchase. Like a lot of that land wasn't really legal. A lot of that purchase wasn't really legal, and they illegally took a lot of people's land. But since the people was forcibly removed or killed, there's nobody really to take them to court. But some people actually did take them to court and got a lot of land back. So a lot of times it's in litigation. It's just tied up in these federal courts. So they can't really do nothing with a lot of land.
Okay. So what's really a problem? What's really a problem with Africans? It's like, what's really the problem? Like I don't like. I know.
I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Right. They come and they don't offer olive branches. They don't really they don't really do enough. They don't put their money where their mouth is. They want us to come here and spend all this money to go these slave tours, but they don't really offer scholarships. They don't really promote the country. They only really promote the country to like white people. And then when the Liberian president came here, he came to Trump. He didn't come to Tariq Nasheed or even he didn't come to Farrakhan. He didn't come to talk to Black America. He came to the white people looking for development. And Trump just basically dissed him like, get the hell off me, you know.
Yeah, but what have Tariq Nasheed done for Black people?
I mean, he's a representative. Like just an example, like Black America, we have like people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson.
Why is there successful FBAs in Africa with businesses if what he's saying is true?
I mean, they have to come in there with their own money.
People in Rwanda.
Yeah, but they're doing well.
They're doing
with their own money.
You got people in Kenya. You got
it's not like how Obama and Bush or Trump or some president give Africa all these billions of damn dollars. Like Africa never gave us any type of money.
Have you went to you never even traveled. So
what type of money did Africa ever offer Black Americans to do anything? What type of money?
Well, I just told you there's people over there investing right now.
These are rich, wealthy people.
Em, I think you should travel, man. I think you should get a visa.
No,
travel one time, check it out.
These people haven't never given us anything. Like, what type of money, what type of provisions have they provided, really? They want you to come there. Ghana wants you to come with 500,000 in the bank or something.
They got a particular mindset, and they will never change. So whatever he thinks, he could stay there.
Y'all don't offer nothing. Y'all just petty and selfish and greedy. Like y'all want us to come and give y'all every damn thing.
What about the Europeans?
Y'all don't offer anybody anything.
But what about the Europeans? What about the Europeans and stuff who come here? What about them? What about all the other whites and stuff who come here? What about them?
Because they
Why it's
own
always
all the
not the
damn
black brother?
gold mines. They exploiting them.
Barbalico. Did you hear
They
what
own all the damn
this
land
guy
in
is
Africa.
saying? He's saying that they
They
own
British
all the
Commonwealth countries.
land.
They Francophone
AES owns
countries.
about 40% ownership of their mines and gold mines. So tell me, what is he talking about?
First, it was like 3%. They just did that
What
this
you mean
year.
3%? What you mean 3%?
They was getting 3% of the money before this year. I read that article.
Do you know how many gold mines is in Burkina Faso?
Originally, they was getting nothing.
Do you know how many gold mines is in Burkina Faso?
I don't know how many gold mines.
Okay,
I know
so
that the originally they was getting like 3% of that.
There's 16 in Burkina Faso. And guess what? The state owns 6, and 3 are owned by a billionaire of Burkinabe, and the rest is contracted or leased by other foreigners. And guess what? Burkina Faso,
right. What I'm saying, that's only 3 years.
But again,
3 years. What about the 60 years of them just getting all the damn money?
Burkina Faso owns 40% ownership of those gold mines, and they're doing very well in their country.
Yeah, that's true. Emmett, have an American guy came on here. I forget his name. He said like in the 90s or 80s, 90s, he used to go to Ghana and bring back gold. High gold and bring it back. He used to go into the gold mine.
Gold wasn't that expensive in the 80s. We used to have them big neck bone. I mean them gold chains. Real gold, like Mr. T. We used to have a lot of gold chains, but the gold was not that expensive back then.
But what I'm saying, the opportunity is there. Maybe you could go. The opportunity is there to make money.
Man, these people have been getting so much money from everybody in the world. They're gonna have to put up some money.
Listen, you can't invite people.
These people gonna have to put up some money. I'm tired of people out there. They always asking people for stuff. When y'all gonna start giving something?
Don't need M. What is he gonna build?
You saw the video that Dynas played. The Africans are being deported to Liberia. Like it's coming. All of these Africans living here. Y'all think y'all gonna be here forever? They gonna start deporting all of y'all. And what y'all got to show for it? Like, why would they want to keep a bunch of Africans getting all these education positions and they're not producing? You're just taking up space.
American citizens. So tell me, how are they going to deport them, Em?
I mean, you could be denaturalized. That's easy. They already got a situation to denaturalize you.
I said they have about 700 to 800,000 Nigerians that are born on U.S. soil.
I mean, that's the birthright citizenship. That's they're actually litigating and discussing that should have only been applied to Black Americans. They can reverse that. If you wasn't no original descendant of no slave, they say you shouldn't have got that. They could retrofit that.
You want to hear why that's?
It could be retroactive.
You want to hear why that's not going to happen, Em?
It's going to happen.
You want to hear why that's not going to happen, Em?
They say none of them people should have got that birthright. He already passed executive order to stop birth tourism.
I'll tell you. You want me to tell you why it's not going to happen, Em?
It's going to happen.
You want me to tell you why it's not going to happen?
Why wouldn't it happen?
No?
Why would they want to keep
not going to happen?
What's so valuable about a bunch of Africans living in America? What are you doing to increase the value of America?
You have an organization, for example, called AIPAC, right? And AIPAC is what? They're from Israel, right?
Why do we need you?
You got these Israelis who got dual citizenship.
So why do we need you though?
So if that happens, that's going to affect them. And guess what? They're not going to let that happen.
Picture this, right? It was a whole narrative that Trump was going to deport Black Americans. Say they do deport Black Americans. Do you know that would be a I asked AI what would happen if they deport all the Black Americans. They say culturally it's going to be a huge drain, and wherever they go, it's basically going to be America. Wherever they're not going to deport their golden goose. But what value do you have that they are not willing to give up? Like, what value did all these Africans bring in the last 60 years?
So
that's like irreplaceable.
What value?
That's irreplaceable, like that Beyonce song talking about some you think you irreplaceable. You can have another you in a minute. Like, what's so irreplaceable about a bunch of Africans getting jobs and kissing up the white people? They're not increasing the value of our medical industry, technology. They're not contributing to anything. They just got rid of Afro beats. They ain't got that in no category no more.
You remember, they don't need them. A lot of Africans come here. A lot of them got adopted. Some of them got adopted by white people. Some of them, a lot of them works for the white men. So of course you have to. People will deal with the white men. So that's why it's not a troll to anybody, but that's what's reality is on the ground.
I mean, look at the objective value that they have. What objective value is we going to lose?
Do you work for a white man? Do you work for a white man?
No. What objective value are we
You don't
going to
work for a
lose?
white man.
No.
He's
What
lying.
objective value are we going to
His
lose?
ass is lying. His ass is lying. So you self-employed?
Whatever. What objective value are we going to lose if we get rid of all the Africans? They don't have a cultural export that we need, that we depend on. There's no industries that we depend on that they have. Like, they didn't contribute anything to our
you don't
medical
need
industry,
aluminum,
our
you don't need
technology industry.
cobalt, you don't need bauxite, you
That's
don't
in the
need
ground.
lithium,
Like,
you
we
don't
don't
need none of
need
that
you for
stuff.
that. If they really wanted to, they could just, I ain't gonna say that.
If what you're saying,
If somebody wanted
is
that
true,
land, they don't
if
really
what you're
need you to
saying is
get that
true,
out the
why
ground.
is this administration going to the AES and asking they can get access to the lithium mines?
Nobody loves no white man.
Because they're being
Because what?
diplomatic.
Because what? No, they're not being diplomatic because they want those resources so they can compete with
They
China.
don't really have to ask you for anything. They can just take it if they wanted to.
No, they can't. They can't just go take it. Who told you that?
When Nicki Minaj told Trump to go and do something about the Christians in Nigeria, what did Trump do the next day? He was in there. If they wanted to, they could really take that if they wanted to.
How?
They got
How
the
they gonna
military power to do it. You don't have the power to stop them.
No. How?
What do you mean how? What's going to stop you from? What's going to stop America if they really want to be Burkina Faso? What's going to stop them?
How are they going to take it, Em?
They can't take that, Em. You got to go through it. You in the middle. You got to go eat. You know how big Africa is?
But I ain't going to talk about hypotheticals like that. What I'm saying is...
but Em, you know how big Africa is? America probably could fit in Africa probably about 4 times, 4 or 5 times.
King Leopold took over Africa without no big military.
No, but this is different, Em.
They took over the whole continent.
Why you talking about the 1800s?
Em,
We
why
talking
you
about
think
2026.
France?
They took over the whole continent.
And why you think France don't go there? Why you think France don't take the military and go and take back the resources?
So answer that, Em. So it's so easy. How come France can't go just take it?
Yeah.
It's so easy. Explain
I
that.
mean, I ain't gonna talk about hypotheticals. What I'm talking about now is what value do Africans as a whole bring to the United States that they can't get rid of? If they got rid of all the Africans and deported all of them, what are we gonna really lose? Y'all don't have any cultural exports. Y'all not contributing to anybody's businesses. Y'all just like an isolated.
So you trying to tell me?
The last time I was in the hospital,
so Em, you trying to tell
Nigerian
me
doctor work on me.
The 2-3 million Africans that live in the United States,
Then they bring no value at all.
They're not contributing to nothing.
The mortality rate is still high. All these black women going to these Nigerian doctors dying at birth. Like, what are you really doing that's benefiting this country? Why do we need these African doctors?
What?
Why do we need you? You're not contributing anything of value.
Nah, Em, that's not true, Em. Come on.
Tell me what value that they have that we need.
Listen, Barbalico, you cannot listen to a guy like M because, like I said, he just comes here.
Tell the truth, Barbalico. What do they bring into America that we really need?
He comes here to troll. That's
and we could tell the truth. We could get a lot. We can learn a lot from them, right? Since we was
what have
slave,
they contributed since 1965? What have they really contributed to the country?
We can learn because a lot of Africans. Let me keep it real. A lot of Africans come here and they're very intelligent. They become doctors.
But what have they contributed? What have they developed? What have they invented?
No, but hold on. I'm trying to tell him we can learn from them. You know what I'm saying? Or we could like if there's doctors and lawyers and engineers and stuff like all of this, you're saying a lot of us can learn from them.
They just getting regular little mediocre jobs. They not revolutionizing nothing.
But come on now.
What have they revolutionized?
What have Black Americans revolutionized?
What are you on the phone talking now? What you talking about?
Barbalico.
How you think we're able to communicate right now? Who you think invented like voiceover protocol?
Barbalico, let me name some people.
And black people don't really be engineers and scientists.
Let me name some African inventors. Hold up.
Wait, I thought he was gonna name somebody.
I thought so, but black
he
people
ain't got nobody. I got to get up out of here though.
Wait, he gone?
He ain't got nobody to name. He just thought he was gonna find somebody. He Google. He ain't found nobody. He ain't found nobody. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here.
But black people don't really be scientists and math and technology and engineering.
My friend.
Right.
My friend, Gladys West is responsible for global position. Global position. GPS. GPS was done by a Black American woman at that. The whole world depends on global positioning.
Do you want a biscuit and some fries, man?
I mean, you can't compare. It's like no comparison at all.
M, do you want a biscuit and some fries, man?
He asked me why do I what my problem with Africa is. Y'all gonna have to start contributing something and offering us some provisions.
You want a pat in the back?
Y'all gonna have to start breaking bread for real.
You want some biscuit and fries? You want a pat in the back?
They gonna have to start breaking bread. I ain't finna keep giving.
Make you feel better, man. You want a hug too?
Hold on, I'm sad. Hold on, I'm trying to take you serious, right? Because you don't have a visa. You never traveled to Africa, but you want land. How do you want land if you never went? You've been to a place and see how it is.
They're gonna have to start putting it. They're gonna have to start giving back. They've been taking for so much. They've been sold us and got profits off of that. They've been just profiting so much. They're gonna have to start contributing something.
So if they say tomorrow, okay, come, we got 5 acres for you. How are you gonna get it?
I'm gonna go. 5 acres ain't nothing. I need about at least 400-500.
He ain't gonna go.
With 5 acres, that ain't nothing. That's like a big house.
What is he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing with it.
How you know what I'm gonna do?
I know he ain't gonna do nothing with it. He ain't doing nothing now.
What I'm saying is, y'all gonna have to start contributing some. Y'all can't keep asking people to help. Always talking about develop me, give me.
Who's asking for help?
Y'all gonna have to start sharing some of that money y'all getting. All them billionaires. I keep looking on my news feed. All I hear is seeing big African billionaires. Y'all gonna have to start breaking bread.
They're building themselves.
All y'all care about is y'all own self, but y'all want to come over here. The guy that was talking about he's not impressed with America. Do we think you trying to impress you?
Oh, you big man.
Who is you?
Big man now? You mad?
I'm not impressed.
Have you mad?
You're not impressed.
That hurt your
like we done all this just so you could be.
Why are you talking about
just to flatter you?
Why are you talking about Kidola that left like an hour ago?
But I'm just saying that's what led to this discussion. Like it's just some irrelevant comment. Like you're not impressed.
He lives in Nigeria. He came here and he didn't like it, so he went back to Nigeria. So that's why he wasn't impressed.
I don't believe that. When people, somebody like a person say that, they really are impressed. I'm gonna get up out of here though.
This is funny as hell. He really impressed. Oh man,
you can't take him seriously, man.
Oh, great. Yo, let me
dropped out.
Yeah, you look like you dropped out.
No, but I was saying. So let me answer. I was naming the inventors and stuff too, but he kept on cutting me off and stuff too. You know, but and then let's be clear. I guess someone said in the chat that we're not aware of the contributions of some FBAs. We are. We all know. But you know, you got ignorant people like M that don't have no idea what he's talking about. He actually think that there's no inventors. No inventors from other countries never did nothing in the States, which is absurd.
My thing is, I don't understand a lot of what's going on because you're telling me FBA, they're talking about this Tariq Nasheed guy. What has he done? What has Tariq Nasheed done for the black community? Did he buy acres and put black people on it and say, let's build, let's do something? Like, what has he done and sitting down on the internet talking about we taking resources they say, or whatever they're saying?
I mean, he had the so-called Hidden Colors Museum, but
I'm talking about Beyonce is one of the FBA. Beyonce is one. We African. We don't have a Beyonce. Beyonce father is from the Caribbean. Majority of Black American entertainers got Caribbean background. They got Caribbean backgrounds.
Barbarico,
it's a fact. Beyonce father got Caribbean background, so she can be an FBA.
But Barbarico, you heard what M said. When I name Alino Dangote, instead of him naming Robert Smith, he went to Tyler Perry, an entertainer. Because entertainer is a billionaire, but Robert J. Smith has multiple businesses. You know, that's just one. There's many of them. But, you know, it just tells you that, you know, the type of thinking that he has.
To the lady in the comments who say you treating we like slaves, explain how people... for Black Africans and Caribbean are treating you guys as slaves. Explain. Tell us, because I'm not seeing what you're talking about. We're treating you like slaves. How?
Traveling Johnson. He has Bahamian ancestry. Beyonce's dad has Bahamian ancestry. It's Bahamian, right? Babalico.
Yes. He's somewhere. It's part. Yeah, I think he went there and said he got family from there. Well,
Yes,
they
the
will
last
say
thing
no,
known
but
is from the
even went there. I
Bahamas.
think, I think pull it up. Wait, they went to the islands. So these people are lying. A lot of people don't say anything, but a lot of them have Caribbean background. A lot of them. So, so I don't. They will have to come up with something because it's a lot of FBAs that have Caribbean in them, and it's a fact. It's a big fact. A lot of the entertainment. You're talking about the biggest hip hop, Biggie, Tupac, all these guys, Busta Rhymes, all these guys got Caribbean in there.
Tupac is FBA.
No, Tupac mother is Jamaican. Tupac mother is Tupac mother is a Jamaican.
I didn't know. I gotta look into that.
Yeah, I think Tupac mother is a Jamaican.
But like I was just saying, it's just like, you got M that's telling you that resources don't matter, but these corporations, they need these resources in order. Like, for example, the missiles that they have that got depleted, they're going to Africa to get the resources so they can compensate and rebuild the missiles that they have right now. But M is telling you that they don't need it. I mean, think about it. He's telling you that you could build infrastructure or a house with no resources. Does that make any sense?
But you know that make no sense.
Don't
that
make no damn sense.
You know that. But I think, Tupac, is it? I don't know. I want to be wrong, but I think he have Caribbean background too. I think a lot of them do, man. Foxy Brown, all of them.
Yeah, I know Foxy.
Nikki,
and Nikki.
It's a lot of them, man. A lot of them. I think so. I don't know. No Biggie. I'm not Biggie mother and Tupac mother was on stage. I'm not too sure if I heard an accent of a Tupac mother too, or one of them.
No. She said not from her, but I know from Biggie, but whatever. His mom is Jamaican.
Yeah, a lot of them. So you're gonna discount a lot of them? Like nobody can tell got people who born here, my son and them, that they're not American. They say that they're born here, they're American. So
well, listen, you got some people that'll sit there and say it's based on your phenotype. If you have a big head, if you have short hair, if you have a big nose, which is a silly argument because it's like they could be light skinned with curly straight hair to like dark skin to like woolly hair with big noses. You can't look at somebody and just guess what they are unless you hear them speak.
Right.
I mean, for example, for me, I went to Kenya. They started speaking to me in Swahili. I went to South Africa. They started speaking to me in what's his face in Zulu, in Sutu, in Spotty, and all these other languages. I went to South America. They were speaking to me in Spanish. I went to a Sudanese restaurant that started speaking to me in Arabic.
Right.
They can't tell unless you open your mouth and speak.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of the fight with those it's stupid because a lot of people, we're not looking to fight. We're the same. It's the same thing to me. I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's the same thing to me. The same fight. No police officer is not going to look at you and say you was African. Don't shoot him. Shoot him. He's a Black American or whatever it is. None of you. You look the same. We work the same, and a lot of us is already entangled. A lot of us is already have wives with Black American and Caribbean and African. A lot of us is already entangled together. So I don't know how is that going to work? You know what I'm saying? That's why Tasha K went off. Tasha K went off on her channel because I think her husband is African. You know what I'm saying? She said they like the KKK. They're not like the KKK because they're not killing or hanging anybody or anything like that. But I guess what she's trying to say, they're going to become that because a lot of gangsters is picking it up as one of the guys.
And then you had O'Shea talking his BS.
O'Shea is my man's, but he's a fraud.
Nah, but he was talking crazy.
O'Shea,
no, but hold on.
in Africa.
No, but
African woman.
But Barbarico, he was talking crazy about Mali, right? And he was saying that how they're not getting along, whatever. But he's not understanding that
France is funding JNIM to destabilize the country, and he doesn't understand. Like, yo, 12,000 terrorists try to take down Mali, and they failed tremendously. They failed. They failed real bad, and then like they're very well equipped.
Talking about New York, have a big influx in Caribbean, but the South. My father is American. He's from the South, from South Carolina. So
yeah, in New York, especially Brooklyn.
Yeah, y'all don't know a lot of things. He's from. He used to live in South Bronx, and then he moved. South Carolina. Then he moved to South Bronx, but now he in Brooklyn. But y'all don't know a lot of. Y'all don't know a lot of things. Y'all don't know the Caribbean been here for years, 80s, 70s, 80s, years intermingling.
Even before that, they was there in the 1800s.
Yeah, so a lot of Black Americans, they don't know. They don't know the history, man. The man who fight the hardest for Black Americans here to go back to Africa for we to even bring boats was Marcus Garvey, a guy from the Caribbean. So to me, the FBI is disrespectful. They're very disrespectful because there's a lot of Caribbean and stuff that was working with the FBIs, helping them. I think Marcus Garvey even got deported for bringing those shit because they thought he was playing when he was.
Let me respond to Traveling Johnson. No, O'Shea was not giving criticism. Let me tell you why O'Shea's a hypocrite. He's the same one that will sit there and tell you that we as Black people have to come together and we have to build our resources and we have to do things for self. For example, the AES is doing that. Instead of him giving credit to the AES,
man, stay there.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we go because I had to go. I'm the only one here, but I think what Manstick is saying, O'Shea. Remember, O'Shea was criticizing, saying he can't deal with Black American women.
Babalika, you can't hear me?
He's not gonna deal with a headache. You could look up his YouTube. He said that. So if you're saying that and you in
Babalika,
Africa, you that means you are an African woman, but then you're saying you're FBA. But how does that work? Does FBA
Babalika
only could deal with Black American women, or does FBA could deal with other women from different countries?
Babalika, can you hear me?
Like somebody explain that to me.
Yo,
because I don't get it.
Babalika, can you hear me?
You know, he's living there in Uganda. You know, people, Black Americans are not disrespectful. I don't know about that. You know, you telling people go back to their country and being like that's disrespectful.
Okay, Babalika, but what I was saying is he was saying that they're not like I guess he called IB a scammer.
Anyway, I had to go. The president don't care about Black people.
I don't even think he
so Charles for talk about who? Black Americans? What have the president done for Black America? And anybody tell me what have Donald Trump does for Black people in America? What have he done? What have you done? Tell me.
Babalika, can you hear me?
Hey, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Hey, everyone, thank you so much for joining.
How about, man? This is ridiculous.
Peace.